See if we can go live here. Says we're live, I think. Everybody. Hello, hello. Just having a wardrobe malfunction here. Well, unfortunately, our darling Bessie is sick today, so I am Bessie-less, and that's always makes these a little more complicated. Trying to get all the little buttons pushed, and there are a lot of them to push to do this silliness. We will officially go live in about 4 minutes. Dave, you got the director, so I'm going to draw your cards first. All right, Dave, your 3 cards are... It's nice that folks get to see some of this. Dave, you got a stay down, a just reward, and a trip up. Trip up. All right, Chris, your cards are stumble. Oh, that's a nice one. Warmed up, and stay well. How about that? That's some candy. That's some candy. Now, Chris, I don't know if you know what stay well does, but it's fairly similar to I'm all right. It will let you, that it's a promotional card, so it's not included in the basic deck. All of the cards that I use are straight from the basic starter deck. That's to make sure everybody that's playing along at home knows exactly what our cards are. The exception is this card right here, is Stay Well. So you can play this before you roll for a health, reliability, or horror check. So for this scenario, it'll only be the health check that matters. You can play this before you roll for a health check, and it lets you automatically pass it and draw 1 fortune card.
Okay.
So that is Stay Well. So you play that instead of rolling a your health check.
Okay.
All right. So what am I forgetting? What else do I need to do? Reward cards. I don't have the reward cards out here. Let me see if I can find them. Let me see if I can find them. If I can find the right ones. Okay. So, Dave, you probably have these. I'm not sure, Chris, if you have them or not. But we're going to be using the brand new promo 10th anniversary reward cards today. So these are slightly different than the basic rewards, and we're using them just because it is our 10th anniversary. Yes, Pulp Alley was released 10 years ago today. So here are the 5 reward cards that we're going to be using today. They're pretty basic, Chris. They're not complicated cards, but I'll tell you what they are when you draw one.
Okay.
All right, so I got my reward cards. Let me double check my time. We're sitting at a little less than 1 minute right now. I wonder if you guys have been hearing a lot of feedback. Let me double check this. What's going on over here? Feedback. Let me double check this. What's going on over here? I think I need to mute this. Okay. I apologize if you guys were getting a lot of extra noise there. I forgot to click the mute on my YouTube. I hope you guys can hear us okay. Let me know if you can hear us all right. Are you hearing everybody out there? Sound is good here. Good. Thank you, Jim. Yeah, I guess when I was setting up the video today, Jim, I clicked the wrong button, and had it set to whatever that other setting was, and it was purely on accident. But That's how I do things. I just click stuff and I hope it's right sometimes. And that means it's time to say this. Hey, everybody, this is Dave here at Pulp Alley, and I am not with the world's most dangerous Bessie. I feel so sad today. She's next door. She's in bed. She is sleeping, and that's exactly where she needs to be because she's not feeling well this morning. So I am flying solo almost, but I have two wonderful players playing remotely today. So I have Mr. Chris Girardi up in Kansas, and I have Mr. David Lowe over in New Mexico, and they are going head to head. This is all part of our Vice Alley campaign. This is episode number 2, the bank job. So the bank job is episode number 2 of the Vice Alley campaign that we're doing. These first 2 scenarios I have selected myself, but as we go forward, the players will pick the scenarios that they want to play mostly. So that's pretty cool. Another big difference about campaign play is that they will be keeping track of their reward cards. They will be keeping track of their reputation. They will be keeping track of their influence and all of that as they grow and develop through this campaign until they finally reach the point that they can take on the Spectre of Vice Alley, and bring him down. So that's what the Vice Alley campaign is about. Today we have 2 vigilante sides who are committed to try and clean up some of the crime, the rampant crime that is going on in King City, and most notably in Vice Alley. Just rampant crime going on. And so a couple groups have formed together to try and stop that. But because there's so much corruption within the authorities, they're kind of having to take it on their own. So even though both of these sides, you could say, are part of the system, they are also striking off on their own, basically without orders or anything like that, to do what they feel they have to do to stop the crime that's going on. So we have task force number 2, which is led by Captain Dorsey. He also has Sergeant Lutz. Let me show you what we're talking about here. Right here on camera is the captain in the gray suit here. Captain Dorsey is right here. This is Sergeant Lutz standing right next to him. On the other side of this alley, we have um, a group of loyal officers, police officers, constables that are here to support him, and they are have Sergeant O'Malley here standing next to him. So that is Task Force 2. I think they may have just unloaded out of this truck here. Maybe that's what they did. This is a bank job, so there are robbers. There are bank robbers, and I'm going to show you where they're located. So there is a bank robber right here at this corner. You see him, and then there is another one right here in the middle. That is the major plot point. That is the ringleader. There's another one up that short alley there, and then there's another one back the other way. There he is. There he is. Can you see him there? Right here. Yeah. All right. Oh, I can't tell if my finger's in there or not. There it is. Okay. And then there's one at the far end of the alley, way over there. But look who's over there, boys and girls. Look who is over there. Over there, D.A. Denton and Cotto are coming in. You know what? I got them too close to that plot point, didn't I? Okay, so I need to move you so you're over 6 inches away. So I'll put you right there and we'll say that's over 6 inches away. So their goal really is not to, necessarily use lethal force here, but to capture these bank robbers because they want information out of them. They know that if these bank robbers get arrested, by what we would call the normal cops, chances are they would be getting away. So the trick here is really to capture them, to force them to surrender. On the other side of the alley from Denton is, of course, the Chronicle's lead newspaper gal, Betty Bixler. And then we have Father O, and of course, Dottie Crookenberg bringing up the rear. So they are over there. And this is, I'm not going to tell you guys what this scenario is. We're just going to play this and you guys figure out what it is. Maybe you'll figure it out as we go along. The players themselves know what it is. So here we go. Here we go. Let's do some hellos. Smartass Podcast. How awesome. Thank you so much for joining us today. Smartass Podcast. Red Mist from Arizona. Charlie Stout. Very nice. Thank you for joining, Charlie. Talamicus up in Pennsylvania. Oog from Paris is on here. Howdy from Paris. Thank you so much for joining today, Oog. Oog is working on a really nice French translation for y'all. William Schmidt-Matson is on here. Dave Ashton in the UK. Clyde Dashing, if that is your real name, sir. Neil Morgan, Nay, is also joining. Nay is one of the players in this campaign. How awesome is that? Jim Stute is on here. Thank you guys so much. Let's get this started. We started off and we said that, well, we rolled, of course, for initiative. And D.A. Denton is starting off as the director. Dave, what are you going to do?
Chris, go ahead and activate.
Okay.
Okay.
Chris, who would you like to activate?
All right. Captain Dorsey is going to go toward the guy on the other corner.
Okay. Towards the plot point?
Yeah, towards the plot point.
Okay. So you are within range to move all the way to the plot point if you wanted to. Do you want to go behind the truck? Do you want to stop at the corner? Or do you want to just go all the way to the plot point?
Go all the way.
Okay. So I'm going to put you over here. We can still use the plot point himself as cover if it got into a exchange here. Now, although they are playing two vigilante sides, they suspect each other possibly of wrongdoing. So they are not friendly in this scenario, boys and girls. They are not. Dave, are you going to ask Chris to go again?
Yes.
All right, Chris, who are you going to activate this time?
Sergeant Lutz, bring him over there as well, please.
Okay. Lutz is going to land right on top of Captain Doherty. And he's got a little bit of cover there at the wall. All right. Dave, you're going to keep him activating?
Yes, please.
All right. Chris, who's going to go next?
Take O'Malley around down the side where the guy's climbing over the boxes to go out to the street.
Mm-hmm. Just head 12 inches up that road?
Yeah, but put him behind the taxi.
All right.
For some cover.
Taxis. You could run even up to that black sedan. Would you like to go further? You could get all the way to that black sedan on a run.
Let's do that.
All right. I'm going to get you up to that black sedan. All right. So right now you're still probably 2 turns away from that guy crawling over the wall. You won't be able to get to it next turn, but all right. So Dave, I assume you're going to make him go again, and all we have left is the gang, the troop.
Yeah, just bring them up to the corner of the building by that same plot point.
Okay. So they're kind of staying in the open, but just heading up the sidewalk.
Yeah, just put them kind of in cover behind the building, but yeah, just down the sidewalk.
Okay. So 12 inches coming up the sidewalk. All right. So they've got the building there. But otherwise, if there was somebody out on the sidewalk, they probably wouldn't have any cover there. I mean, if somebody was at the right angle. I'm gonna show you where you're at. I'll try and get you a better view here and make sure you're comfortable.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so there they are. All right. Dave, he has activated all of his characters. O'Malley and the officers have come up on Baker Street here. And let's see. Um, Dorsey and Lutz are at the end of the alley. All right. What are you going to do?
All right. Let's go back. Okay. I think that Betty is going to run over there to that plot point.
Okay. She activates, and that will be
Yep.
a long move, a run move. There she is. She's over to the plot point.
Oh.
When she gets over there, I don't necessarily think she even has anything to shoot at.
She wants to be the first to interview that guy.
Okay. That's
Yep.
her style. That's what she does.
Right.
She is impetuous. She is impetuous after all. What's Father O going to do?
Well,
I don't want to say that. I apologize. What I should have said is, who do you want to activate next?
That's okay. Can I look around the corner there, down the street?
No, that is not allowed at all. Well, if you look down the street, you would see that.
Okay.
That's what you get when you look down the alley.
Okay.
It'll catch up if it's not caught up yet.
There we go. I got it. Let's move Father O. He's going to run towards that green sedan there.
Okay. It's actually a pickup, but that's all right.
Get a little bit of cover.
Okay. Let me see how far I can get you. I could probably get you to the bed of that pickup. Would you like to jump in the bed of the pickup? I could get you to these cans over here, these barrels. I could get you to those barrels.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. So runs ahead of Betty. He's okay. You still have 3 characters that have not activated. Who's next?
Okay, well, let's go back over and get Dot, and she'll follow Father O.
Okay. So she's got a 12-inch run. I don't think you guys have any cards to play. I guess I should have been asking that. Well, actually, Dave does have a pretty nice one in his hand, a trip up. Too bad you didn't use that, Dave. It wouldn't have really mattered. It wouldn't have helped on turn 1, really. Okay. So all you have left is Denton and the dog.
Okay, so Denton's going to run around the corner there.
He's heading up the alley?
No, he's going to go into Main Street there.
Okay.
How far will 12 inches get him?
12 inches will get you all the way to that barrel that is sitting. You see the barrel if you're looking? 12 inches will get you all the way to this barrel.
Yeah, let's move him up there. And the plot point's on the other side of that wall, right?
That is correct.
Okay. Yeah, let's move him up there.
Okay.
And is going over that wall going to be perilous?
We'll say it's difficult.
Difficult? Okay. So let's run Kato up in front of him.
I don't think I can get Kato in. Well, yeah, I can. Okay. 12-inch.
He's fast, right?
Oh, is he? Is he?
Yeah,
Dave,
I got some older cards, so I don't know.
No, you're exactly right. He is speedy.
Okay.
How far up in front of him are you trying to get?
Just up in like in contact with the wall up there. Okay. Like right in front of the plot point.
Okay, you're right there. I'm going to move the camera and I'll give it time to catch up and you tell me if I've placed you correctly.
Yeah, that's good.
All right, so all the characters have moved. So this looks like it's a fairly peaceful operation. There's absolutely No fighting going on here at all, boys and girls. So that will end turn number one. Turn number one has ended. There are no rolls. We're going to start turn number two. I don't have a deck. Story of my life. Dave is still the director, so I'm going to draw a card for Dave. Dave, you're adding a focus. A focus to your hand. Mr. Girardi, you are adding an I'm all right. Wow. Wow.
good
one.
It's
All
going
right.
to be hard to hurt these folks. They ate their Wheaties this morning. I meant they ate their Cooner beans this morning. So we are gonna pull a slug, and we're gonna say turn number two has started. Turn number two has started. So, Dave, turn number two is on. What are you gonna do here, buddy?
Okay. Let's go ahead and start with Betty. She's gonna attempt that to interview that bank robber on the corner there.
All right. Did I type anything? Did anything actually get typed? How about now? Oh, almost typed something legible. That's about as much as we can hope for these days. All right, Betty is going for the plot point. When Betty activates, I wonder if Dave has any cards. Chris has any cards to play. I don't see any cards. So here we go. Here is the peril for that challenge. The peril is 2 with cunning or might. 2 with cunning or might.
All right.
She's got 3 die 8 in cunning.
She's got 3 die 8, and she is going to play that focus.
Oh, all right. He doesn't want to take a chance. He's adding the focus into it, getting a 4th dice, rolling 4 die 8, and you need to get 2 successes here. Let's see, where is this happening? Right here. Okay. Switching cameras. There we go. 4 die 8. You only need 2 of these. Easy peasy. And you got it. You got it, Dave. You got the 2 successes that you needed. So you avoid his attack, basically. That's the danger. You avoided the danger that was associated with this plot point. But now you've got to convince him to join you. And you know what? You're going to have to show him how tough you are, lady. I need 1 success with might. 1 success with might, and I think you've only got 2 die 6 in that. 2 die 6. Here we go.
Oh, you know what, Dave? I messed up. I'm not used to playing this league. She's impetuous, so I couldn't have played that card. But since I did already, we'll say it was gone, right?
Okay.
Does that work?
I apologize. Yeah. I should have remembered that as well.
Yeah. So
I
will
did
just
remember
say that
she was
gone.
impetuous. I just I blinked. I saw a squirrel, and that was pretty much all it takes. All right, 2 successes, and here we go. 2 2s. He says, lady, I'm not telling you nothing. All right. That was your attempted at the plot point. That challenge remains in play. You are still the boss. You're still the director. Who's going to go next?
Well, let's get Denton over that wall, and he'll attempt to talk to the bank robber over there on that side.
Okay. All right. So it looks like you got range here. The wall is going to be, what is the wall? 2 inches. The wall is 2 inches up, 2 inches down. So that's a 4 inches of movement. That means you're going to have to be within 2 inches. and you're just a little bit over. You will not be able to do the plot point this turn,
Dang it. Okay.
but that will get you over the wall if that's
Okay.
what you want to do.
Yeah.
Okay. So 2 inches up, 2 inches down, but there was more than 2 inches between you. So that lands you basically about a half to 1 inch away from the robber.
Okay.
You still have, you're still the boss. Who would you like to act?
Yeah.
Oh,
Let's
doggone it. I didn't
Chris,
switch
go
cameras.
ahead and activate somebody.
Okay.
Sorry, I should have switched cameras,
Um,
guys. That's something Bessie would normally do. I can't keep track of everything. Anyway, there's where Denton ended up. Cato's on the
Okay.
other side of the wall, barking away. Chris, who do you want to activate?
I'm going to go with Captain Dorsey and attempt
Go
the
for the
plot
plot
point.
point? Okay, here we go. Dorsey comes up to the guy. The guy takes a swing at Dorsey. Oh my gosh. 3 successes. I need 3 successes from Captain Dorsey with shoot, finesse, or cunning.
Shoot, finesse, or kill. Let's see.
That's going to be tough. That's going to be tough.
Well,
Shoot.
let's see.
He's
Oh
got
no,
the
that doesn't
shoot.
help.
He's got the
Well, finesse or cunning are both 3d10, I guess.
Yep. Yep. Okay, they're both the same. 3 die 10 here. 3 die 10, and all he has to do is roll 3 successes on 3 dice. Every one of these dice has got to be a success. We can do it, Dorsey. Show him why you made captain. Here we go. Bam. And he does not do it. 1 3 in there says no. That means he will now take his 3 dice health check. And that one he passes. He passes that one and is not injured. I should have asked you if you wanted to play your card. I apologize, Chris. I got ahead of things,
It's
but
all right.
he still made it. He still made it. So still
Yeah.
worked to your advantage there. All right. So I guess I should be apologizing to Dave. All right. Dave, you're still the director. Do you want Chris to go again?
Yeah. Go ahead again, Chris.
All right.
All right. Well, let's have let's try for the plot point.
Okay. Let's see. Here goes Lutz around the corner. Oh my God! Another 3. I think those things just stay stacked on top of each other. I need to get those spread out a little bit better. So now,
I
3
knew the Dave luck
successes.
was going to count here pretty soon.
I know it. 3 successes with brawl, cunning, or might.
It's got to be cunning.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I think, let's see, once per turn, a colleague within 12 inches gains a +1 for a challenge. Do you want to use Captain Dorsey's inspiring ability and give Lutz a 4th dice here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do
He's
that.
going to use his inspiring ability. Lutz wants to prove himself here in front of the captain. He's got 3 dice in cunning, and the inspire is going to cook it up to 4. So here we go. 4 dice, and we only need 3. And you got it. You got past the big peril. So the guy was fighting mad, but now the challenge is 1. Now he's scared. Now you got him shaking in his boots. Now you need 1 success with cunning or might.
We'll go with cunning again.
Going with cunning again. The inspiring has worn off. That was for 1 challenge. So now he's going to have to get 1 success on 3 die 8. He only needs 1 of these. And he got it. He got it, Chris. All right. So that's the first plot point gained. Now I want to remind you all, plot points and the rewards and everything are far more of a bigger thing in a campaign style game. This is 1. This is 10. 1, 2, 3, 4 is the second card. And you drew a... Okay, so for this card, and this is attached to Lutz, that's on the screen right now, it says instead of rolling for a peril for this character, you may discard to automatically pass the challenge. This is one of our
Okay.
10th anniversary rewards. And if you hold on to
Okay.
this until the end of the game, you'll gain +1 tips. All right, I'm going to
Okay.
attach
Great.
that to Lutz.
Okay.
And that will also, boys and girls, that will also change the director. So now Mr. Girardi and Task Force 2 are the director. So, do you want to continue activating or do you want to make Mr. Lowe go?
Uh,
I'm going to go ahead and take that plot point off of there. He has been captured by Lutz.
all right. Why don't you go ahead? I'll return the
Okay.
favor.
Dave,
Okay.
let's look here. Dave, you have activated who? Who have you activated? It's the only person you've activated. Oh, you activated Betty?
I think I have Father
Dottie,
what's
and
your
Kato.
Kato, yeah.
Yep.
So
Okay.
let's activate Kato and have him get over that fence.
Kato. Okay, where's he wanting to go after he gets over the fence?
Well, he'll
Try and
move up
get you a
the alleyway
view.
there
I don't
towards
know.
that box. If he, depending on how much movement he has left.
Is he moving fast? Or is he just going to move
No.
6 inches? Okay.
Yeah.
So it's
He'll
going to
just move
cost him
6
4 inches to get over the box or over the wall. Then he'll have 2 inches further to go. He will not make it to that box. He'll be about 1 inch away from cover. So I don't know if you can see that there.
Yep.
Almost.
I can.
Okay. We'll try and get a better view here.
Okay.
So he's there, boys and girls. He's basically on the other side of Denton. Okay. Chris wants you to activate again, I believe.
Okay.
So who's next?
All right, let's move well, let's give this a try. Dot's gonna walk back and talk to that
Dottie
bank
is
robber.
so brave. So
He
she
is.
comes at it from the other side. Where do you want to be? Do you just want to be on the other side of the plot point, or do you have any
Yes, right
preference
there.
there?
Fine.
All right, here
Yep.
is the peril. He sees her coming. He's feeling a little nervous. The peril is one with finesse. You know, Dottie's not the most finessey of gals. She's a little on the awkward side when it comes to those sorts of things. So she only has 1 dice, and I don't see a card that's going to help you. Do you have
No,
one?
I don't have one.
Okay, so all you got to do, you got a 50-50 here. Never tell me the odds. Here we go. So all you got to do is get a 4 or better. Simple. No. So she's going to take her hit, health check, and she passes that. She is not injured.
Okay. All right. It's worth a try.
No reason Father O couldn't do it.
Yeah, let's try Father O.
Okay, so now he's sending in the big guns. Father
Maybe
O
he'll,
comes in to question to try and take the bank robber. And here is the peril he's going to have to face. 2 with might or finesse.
Oh,
Too bad he
no.
didn't get a 1. All right, so we know he's got 2 dice in both of those because he's a true believer. He's got to get 2 successes, and he does not. So he'll take his 2 dice health check, and he is down. Oh, the bank robber did not play nice with Father O. Did not play nicey nice with Father O. And that's all your characters, sir.
Okay.
That is all your characters. Bank robber is starting to feel a little hemmed in over there, and he lashed out. Chris Girardi, you have activated 2 characters. You still have O'Malley and the squad.
All right. Well, O'Malley's going to vault that wall and go after the plot, or go to the plot point.
Okay. He will have to vault it if he wants to get that close, or he could just move up to it this turn and stop at the bottom of the wall. Or you could take a peril and leap the wall. What do you want to do?
I'm going to go for it.
Okay, I like that. I like that. This
I'm
is an
feeling
adventure.
lucky.
Yeah, here's the peril. The peril says one with cunning. How cunning is O'Malley?
He's a
Just
2d6. He's not real cunning.
well, he's got some smarts. He's got some smarts in his head. He's got some book learning or some streetwise. So you only need one of these. You only need one.
Yeah.
Surely you can get one of these. Let's see it. Let's make it happen right here. 2 dice 6. You need one to get over the wall. Easy peasy. You are over the wall. So it took up about, and I guess you just want to be next to the plot point. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. There's not going to be any cover. But you are now next to the plot point. You still have the squad. What's the squad going to do?
They're going to move up to the wall.
Okay. They move up to the wall. So, 2 inches to the wall. They could technically cross the wall this turn if they wanted to, but that's all they would get
All right.
done
Well,
unless they wanted to run, unless they were moving fast. But they could do it on a 6-inch move.
let's do it on the 6-inch move.
Okay, so that will just get them on the other side of the wall. And again, they are not in cover as they come across the wall. And there they are. Oops. Okay. So Chris, O'Malley is right next to the bank robber, and the squad is right there. So that is
All right.
it. That's it for turn
Let's
number
do it.
2. That's it for
Okay.
turn number 2. So the only person that's got a plot point so far has stopped one of the bank robbers is old Lutz there. All right.
Yeah.
We're going to end the turn there. We do have a recovery check. So here we go. We'll roll for that, boys and girls. Here we go. You guys know that there's. I know that there aren't actually any boys and girls watching. That's just the thing I say, being amusing, or an attempt at being amusing. Here is the recovery check. A 3, and Father O takes a powder. Father O says, "Good night, everybody. I've got to head back to the parish and see to my flock." And Father O exits stage left. That's interesting. All right. Any other recovery checks I'm forgetting about? No? Okay. And now we're going to pull a bullet. We're going to draw cards. Here is for Chris Girardi. Chris Girardi, your card is Bad Feeling. Bad Feeling. What that card does is whenever a challenge is drawn for anybody, you could choose to play this card to make them discard that challenge and replace it for something else. So it could be used for good or for evil. It could be used for evil. And here is for Mr. David Lowe. You drew a disarmed. All right. We're starting turn number 3. The major plot point is still wide open. Gosh, I don't know. I think characters are within striking range of the major plot point. I suspect somebody is going to go try to sit on it this turn. Who is it going to be, though? Lots of characters are within 12 inches of the major plot point right now. Dorsey and Lutz are within 12 inches. All of Chris Girardi's characters could go sit on top of that plot point. David Lowe has somebody within. Oh, why I'm still on the wrong camera. Doggone it. All right, we'll start over. Here they are. Here they are over here. Back this way. We have characters over there. And then we have characters down there. So is anybody going to take a run for the major plot point? That's the question here. Here we go. Boys and girls. Um, Chris Girardi, you are the director. What are you going to do?
Well, you read my mind. Dorsey's going to run down to the major plot point.
Okay. I'm gonna say to David Lowe, I'm gonna say that Dorsey is activating. Mr. Lowe,
Dorsey's the leader.
yes.
Okay. I'll play Trip Up.
Yeah. Okay. Trip Up says you cannot move over 3 inches. So now 3 inches would get you up to those barrels, but I still don't think you have a shot from there. You just don't have anybody to shoot at, even if you moved up to the barrels. What if I moved you? No, not much of a shot there. No, I don't think I can even get you within a shooting range of anything. So you just want to move up to the barrels?
Yeah, that's fine. Just 3
Okay.
inches.
All right. So there is your 3-inch move. Look at the dirty dog. David Lowe plays. Oh, you'd think he would play nice. I want to apologize to everybody. I didn't know Dave was going to be such a meanie.
Oh no, what a guy!
All right, Mr. Girardi. Big Chris
Uh,
Girardi, what are you going to do next? Here's something
well,
fun, and I don't know. I'll take a brief interlude here. Chris Girardi goes way back to, playing Pulp Alley. I remember sitting and chatting with Chris Girardi about Pulp Alley up at Recruits Convention, and gosh, that's got to be 8 or so years ago. I don't know. It's got to be a lot of years ago. So Chris Girardi and really David Lowe both have been playing Pulp Alley about as long as there has been a Pulp Alley. That's I remember sitting and chatting with him about playing Doctor Who, rules with Pulp Alley, and Chris has played them at conventions and run games at conventions. So just a lot of support there, and I want to acknowledge that I appreciate him being a longtime player. Mr. Girardi, what are you going to do now?
well, I guess Sergeant Lutz is going to go up to the plot point.
Okay, so he has more than enough range to get to it. So I'm going to ask David Lowe again. Do you have any cards to play, sir?
No.
Yeah. Okay. So a 12-inch move could get you. So now the choice here is this, Chris. Do you want to kind of use the plot point as cover, and that is a legal maneuver? Or do you want to get on the far side of the plot point to prevent other people from coming into contact with it?
I think, yeah, on the far side. I think all the plot points are kind of tied up right now. So
Okay. So, let's see if I'll switch this other camera. Yeah, that looks a little nicer. So you run all the way to the far side. That's a good tactical move there to prevent other people from getting into contact with the plot point. But that puts himself at risk. So now I have to ask, are you going to continue activating, or do you want David Lowe to activate?
I'm going to be kind of selfish and go ahead and keep going.
Okay. Who's going to be next?
O'Malley.
O'Malley. So O'Malley is on the other side of this wall, which will conveniently disappear for a moment so that you guys can see him there. So O'Malley is right there next to the robber. Is he going for the plot point, sir?
He is.
He is. Here is the plot point. The peril is one with might or finesse. I think he's got the might to do that.
He's
I could
pretty
be
mighty, yeah.
misremembering. Let's take a look at O'Malley here.
4 die 8.
O'Malley, 4 die 8. This guy is a monster. or maybe an animal. So he's got 4 die 8 in might. Big bruiser of a fella. I better ask David Lowe, just out of courtesy, if he has any cards to play. I don't see anything. I'm going to ask Chris Girardi if he has any cards to play. Okay, here is the peril. You've got to roll 1 success. I think that's pretty easy. 1, got it. Here is the peril. I'm sorry, the plot point. Here is the plot point. 1 with cunning, not his sweet spot. I bet you he's
No.
a 2 die 6er. Let's take a look at his cunning. He is a 2 die 6er. I
Yeah.
don't see any cards that are going to help him, so he's going to have to only get 1 success here. He only
Yeah.
needs 1 success. He can do that. Am I on the right camera? Yep. And he got the 1 success that he needed. That completes the plot point. And now you're going to get a blue card. I have 4 cards here. I got 4 cards here. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. This will be 1, 2. This will be 7, 8. 1, 2 is this one over here. And you drew a. So on this card, this is another one of our 10th anniversary cards. These were available for a very limited time. They are not available anymore. Once per turn, you may discard a card from your hand to gain a +1 dodge or a +1 cunning. And that bonus lasts until the end of the turn. So that's pretty nice. And that was picked up by O'Malley. So that actually is a fairly good help for him.
Yeah,
he could use the cunning. Use that. So we're going to pick up that plot point. We're going to remove it from the table. And I'm going to place it. I'm going to place it over here on Chris's character sheet on Sergeant O'Malley so I can kind of keep track of who has what. All right. And that's that. Chris, are you going to continue activating or are you going to ask Mr. Lowe to go?
Go ahead and move the gang over to the main plot point.
Okay. So now what I need to know is in relation to Lutz, do they want to be between Lutz and D.A. Denton, or do they want to be between Lutz and Dottie and Betty? I guess I could kind of put you in between both of them. Like it's a big mob, so we could just sit right next and be. They could just
That'd be great.
The meat shield there.
Okay, that sounds good.
All right, meat shields are always tasty. So that'll put them over here on a run.
Nothing to see here.
Nothing to see. Move along. Move along. All right, and there they are. Now that would have been a run move. When they get over there, they could shoot. They could. Dirty move. They could shoot, but I think the only target they have, I think that pickup is blocking Dottie. No, it is not. Well, let me see. Okay, yeah, we'll say it's blocking Dottie. But what you could shoot at is poor Kato. Oh, who would do that? Who would do that? Kato is over there in that short little alley. Do you shoot? Do you not shoot? You did run, so you'd have a -1. Kato is an animal. It's not going to shoot back for sure. You are not in... maybe
you know what?
Short range.
I hate to be mean, but let's just do it.
Okay, there we go. That's the spirit. Kato starts barking
Dave.
over there.
Okay.
Kato starts barking, and they are going to open up on poor Kato. So You are in short range. That's gonna get you your disadvantage from the fast move there. So they have 5 models. That means they normally roll 3 dice. They are marksmen. That gets them an extra dice. They would lose a dice and then they'd gain it right back for the fast move and then the short range. They're rolling 4 dice 6. What's Kato gonna do here? Dodging?
Yeah, dodge.
Dodge with 3 dice 6. Okay, Kato is dodging with 3 dice 6. Here we go, boys and girls. The dog catchers are in play, and they roll. Oh my gosh! 4 successes, 2 6s, a 5, and a 4. There's no way you're going to be able to dodge all that. And no way with 3 2s. And Kato is going to have to roll a 4 dice health check. No surprise
It's your
there.
fault, Dave.
I know it is. I know. I take the blame for that one for sure. Kato is down. Kato is.
That was a heck of a roll, though.
That was some good shooting. They
Well, he
came
made
out
it
Now I'm
with
talking
it
about
there.
He
his
made up for the
health.
good roll with the bad
his
roll
health check.
after. So
Yeah.
He
It all
evened
balances
out.
out in the end. So once again, this wall turns invisible so that I can get in there and roll over poor Pooch. Oh, Kato. Okay. Chris Girardi, I believe you have activated all of your characters.
Yep. It's all
Right.
Dave now.
Mr. Lowe, can you get your revenge? What is Denton gonna do here? Does
Alright,
he
well,
ignore
Denton,
this plot point and go for revenge? Does he go for his plot point? That's an interesting move there. I don't know what he's gonna do here. But then
well,
you
he's
have
not going to
Betty
do
and Dottie
anything
over
right now.
here.
So we're going to go over to Betty.
Okay,
And Betty's
Betty
gonna
and
attempt that
Dottie. Let's see
platform.
what the ladies are up to over here. They're hanging out
Yeah.
with this fella. Which one of them are you activating, sir?
Betty.
Betty. Here is she going for the plot point, or is she going to head up the alley to defend
She'll go for the plot
her
point.
honor? Going for the plot point. Here we go. Here is the peril, sir. The peril is 1 with finesse. Boy, you couldn't have asked for something sweeter than that. She is absolutely dripping with finesse. All right. So she has 20 die 20, I think, in finesse, or 4 die 8. 4 die 8. Get your camera here. Okay. 4 die 8. You only need 1. Pass the peril. And then you got to pass the plot point. And the plot point is 1 with might. And she's only got 2 die 6. Oh, this is what she dropped last time. Oh, she needs 1 here. Let's do it. And you got the 1 you needed. The plot point is completed. And he is finally convinced. She starts using her tough guy speech. And he starts shaking a little bit. And okay, I'll come with you. Just don't put any more lipstick on me. All right. And then you're going to get a plot point card, a reward card. Here we go. Here's a plot point. Here's a reward. What's going on up here? Okay. I got 3 cards left. This is going to be 1 2. This is going to be 5 6. 5 6 is well. How about that? +1 brawl. So once per turn, you may choose to discard one of your cards to gain a +1 brawl or a +1 might, and that bonus lasts until the end of the turn. So Betty has that, and I'll just stack that with her card here. Here's Betty Bixler. Now we have that card stacked up with her. All right. Poor Father O. Okay.
Yeah.
Boys and girls, the other thing that happens there is that the director comes over here. So now, Mr. Lowe, you are the director, but you are the only character or the only player that still has characters. What's Dottie? You have Dottie, you have Denton. Those are the only two characters you have left to activate.
All right.
Now,
right.
the hard choices. The hard choices. What is Dottie going to do?
Let's
She's not a particularly good shot.
No, she's not. She's not particularly good at anything except looking good, right?
Well, she does have a pink skirt, so I mean.
Right, exactly.
She's an ally level character. She's level 2. I mean,
Right. Let's run her up
she's
into the alleyway there. Well, let's see. Where do I want to put her at?
He's thinking.
Let's run her up.
You got him thinking now, Chris.
Yeah, let's run her up into the alleyway behind the barrels.
Behind the barrels. Okay, so just about a 4-inch move. Are you talking about?
No, in the alleyway where Denton's at.
Oh, so running around.
Yeah.
Running around and getting all the way inside that alley to those barrels. Let's see if I can figure out where my camera's pointing. There. So all the way to those barrels.
Right.
Okay. So, all right. So that'll put you back behind those barrels. She's definitely more of a plot point trier than a fighter. Okay.
Right.
Now from there, she could shoot. She would get 1 dice because she ran and she's at short range.
No, I don't think she's going to shoot.
All right. All right.
She's going to sit there.
She's a good girl.
Yeah.
All right. Who's next?
I
think all you have left is Denton.
How far is he from the cop squad there?
Oh, just within Russian range. I don't know what distance you're looking for.
So he's within 12 inches of the.
Yes. If you want me to say 12, I'll say 12.
So what we're gonna do this turn is God, there's not much I'm gonna be able to do here.
You either go for the minor or you leap into the fray.
Right.
You rush them. I mean, they're a tough squad of guys. They're not going to be easy by any means.
No, they're not.
They have been in a fight, so they'll be down 1 dice. If you engage them in a brawl, they're going to be rolling 3 dice 6.
Okay. So let's geez. I should have asked you before this, but before I activate him, is Dot within 6 inches of the plot point?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Within which plot? Yeah, within every plot point on the table.
Okay. All right. So let's move.
Betty completed that plot point. I need to take that off of there. Okay. So there are still 2 plot points on the table, and Dottie is within 6 inches of both of them.
Okay. So can
plot points have been gained.
Can D.A. Denton move up there besides Betty? Is there enough room for him to move up there where the barrels are and get a little bit of cover, or not?
Absolutely, yeah. And drop a burst. Is that what you're salivating over?
Yeah, let's do that this turn.
Hey, you know what? What about the crate? Why don't you move up behind that crate? Do you see the crate there?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Is he within?
Maybe you wanted to move up beside Dottie. Did you want to just get up beside Dottie? I'll give you a cover there.
Okay, that's fine. Either one is fine with me.
Well, then I'm going to put you up next to the crate. So he's ignoring that bank robber now, and he's got bigger fish to fry. So he's only moving about 3 inches. If I were Phantom Mesa,
I'd be jumping up on top of the crate and blazing away, but it's a little bit different.
All right. All right. So from there, are you going to drop your burst now? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, let's drop a burst. See who we can get over there.
So there's absolutely no reason that you can't put that burst on everybody that's over there. So let's see, it's going to affect Lutz and the mob as well. The mob has a pretty good chance if they draw might. If we don't draw might, they're going to have, they could have some trouble. Here's the card. Here's the card. 2 with finesse or cunning. So that's not their sweet spot. As a matter of fact, they will automatically fail that. And they're not going to be able to use either one of their sweet I'm all right cards here because they don't, gangs do not roll health checks. They can't dodge it because they don't have the dice to dodge it. They don't have the cunning or finesse. So 2 hits is coming straight through to that gang. I'm all right does not work on a gang. Stay well does not work on a gang. So they will take 2 hits, and 2 of the models is simply removed from the table. 2 models is removed. 1. Let's see, where is this? What camera am I on? This one. 1 and 2. All right, so 2 models are removed, but Skippy there, Lutz also has to roll for that peril, and he's got finesse and cunning. Finesse and cunning, he is good at those things. So he's got 3 die 8 in both of those. 3 die 8 in both of those. And if he is injured, then he has the possibility of using a card as well. So here we go. He only needs to roll 2 of these for the peril, and he does it quite easily. So he is not injured, but the squad takes some damage, and that ends Denton's activation.
Let me. This is the end of the round, right? So can I use my rally to put one of the guys back?
I believe so. I was just checking it.
Yeah.
So Captain Dorsey has the rally ability. At the end of each turn, one friendly gang within 12 inches may roll a 1 dice recovery check, and if they are below full strength. Let me just double check that we're within 12, and yes, obviously we are. So you are going to get to roll a rally.
Yeah.
So Dorsey, the captain, encourages his fellows to get back into the fight. And here we go. I like that character. That's pretty cool. Let's try and make it. He does. And one of them returns to action. Boy, I tell you what, they are very loyal to Captain Dorsey, aren't they?
He's a good guy.
He's inspiring. He rallies his troops. Boy, that's a cool character. Now, I want to remind you guys that that Chris is actually playing a league that he created himself. This isn't one of our house leagues. This is one he made up himself. So I like doing that because it gives players an opportunity to showcase some other builds. So here's another question that sometimes comes up, just like a recovery check. Can rally replace a model that was lost on the previous turn? And yes, absolutely it can. And the reason is you just read the ability and it says it right there. It says if you are below full strength, it doesn't matter when the casualties occurred. If you are below full strength and you are within 12 inches of your rally, your leader, then you get to make that recovery to try and get a model back. But right now they are missing 1 model. Right now they are down 1 model, and that ends the turn. Are there any other recovery checks? There is. There is 1 other recovery check. I should have noted, and I'll go back and real quickly note that the rally roll is a recovery check. So Chris could have used I'm all right to automatically pass that check instead of rolling. So I'm all right does work with rally to replace one of those models because it is clearly called a recovery check in the text of the ability.
Okay.
All right. So, Chris, remember that, I guess, next turn, or I'll try to remember it too, that you don't have to roll, or you could use that I'm all right if you wanted to on that. That ends the turn. We're starting turn number 4. So now some gunfire is starting to happen here. So now some gunfire is broken out. These two vigilantes think they're saving Vice Alley by shooting each other down. And now we're going to draw a new card for.
We got a recovery check, Dave.
Oh, I apologize. I
Yeah.
forgot that again. Okay. Even after saying it, I still forgot it. So here is your recovery check, Chris. This camera. Pooch is up. Kato will not desert his master, and he gets back on his feet, and he's fighting mad now. All right. So that was the other recovery check. Any other recovery checks that we have?
Nope.
Nope.
Okay. Okay. Should we do a secret word here? What's a secret word that we could do? Denton, maybe. Maybe we'll do the secret word as Denton. So the secret word for this game is Denton. And what you do is that following this video, then come back to this video once it's over and leave a comment that includes the word dented. DENTON. Denton. That is for good old D.A. Denton here. Denton. DENTON. So, and that will get you entered into a drawing if we give something away on Thursday, which I'm not sure what it'll be, or if we'll be giving something away because I haven't got that far yet. We're starting turn number 4. David Lowe is the director. I'm going to draw cards now. David Lowe, you're adding a unseen peril. Interesting. And Chris Girardi, you are adding a stunned. If somebody takes a hit, then they cannot move for the remainder of the turn. Well. Stunned. All right. And a stumble and a bad feeling. Okay, I got to remember all these cards. Oh, I tell you what, somebody's got some thinking to do here. And I love this part. I love the idea that players actually get to make decisions. And so many games take those decisions away from players, whether you're pulling a bean out of a hat or flipping a card to see what character goes next. The players decide right now, based on the situation in front of them, Mr. David Lowe, do you want to activate a character, or are you going to make Chris go?
I think I'll activate.
I think so too. And what is that activation going to be?
Well, let's see what we can do with old Dot. She's going to go try the plot point.
Okay. She's going towards the bank robber?
Yes, in the alley.
Yep. Okay. So Dot, it's only I'm going to check Chris's cards. I don't think he's got anything to play, but I want to double check. Okay. Want to remember that bad feeling though. All right, Dottie, you move over there to the bank robber. The wall has conveniently turned invisible. And I'm going to move a couple of cars that also conveniently turn invisible. So sometimes people ask, about the amount of terrain that I put out. And, I'll just say that I try to put out enough to make the table interesting and make the game interesting. But because we are because we are, this is a televisual event of the highest standard, I should say, or the highest. We also have to consider that, so we don't just clutter the table with so much terrain that it interferes with, you know, people being able to watch the game and things like that. Um, Dot is moving over to the plot point, so here is her peril. Her peril is 2 with might or finesse, and that is not a good spot for her. She
Nope.
has only 1 dice in both of those. Somehow it avoided touching on cunning, and she does not have what she needs there. She
She'll
only has
dodge.
1 dice in both of those, but she can try to dodge it. And is that what she's doing, Dave?
Yes.
Okay. Just because Chris Girardi does have the option, there's no reason for him to play bad feeling here. So we'll just move on past that. This is when Chris Girardi, if he wanted to, he could replace that card with something else.
You could.
But
You want
yeah,
to?
no, we'll just go ahead and go with no. Here is your dodge. You dodged it and you were not injured, but that will end her activation right there. So she is done. She is done. So, Dave, what are you going to do next? You still have 3 characters. You either ask Mr. Girardi to activate, or you activate yourself. What are you going
All
to
right.
do?
Does Betty have enough of move to get up behind those barrels
Sure.
in
Yep.
in the alley?
Yep. And then shoot.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that you have to shoot.
Well, yeah. Let me get her up there. So the gang, they got, is it 4 models left? So they'll be
They
rolling
have
2
4
dice.
models,
Is that
so
right?
they'll be rolling 2 dice.
+1 for short range, 3. Yeah. Let's get up there and shoot.
Okay. So you're doing a short 6-inch move here. Nothing long about that. Moving up there. Let's see what camera am I on? This one.
Hey, and Dave, I'm sure you did, but you when we did this, did we take into account my marksman for the gang?
Yep. Yep, we did.
Okay, I figured you did, but
Yep. Yep.
okay.
Yeah, I did. So that's what, yeah, I did. Let's see. Is this a better camera? Yeah, that's much better. Okay. So,
Actually, Dave, what I'm going to do is run Betty up into the alleyway behind the barrels in the alleyway.
oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll switch cameras. So she's on a run. So she's going to get all the way up behind these barrels.
Yeah.
And then are you shooting at them?
Okay, let's see what the dice here. That'll give me 3 dice, and how many dice will he have?
I'm going to double check your math. And you're right. You will have 3 dice. He would normally have 2 because of the
Okay.
number of models. He's going to get a +1 because of the short range, and he's going to get a +1 because they are marksmen. So he will be
Okay.
rolling 4 dice versus your 3 dice.
All right, let's go ahead and do it.
Oh, he's risking it for the biscuit here. Okay, so here we go. So we'll roll for Betty first. Let's see if I can get. I'll have to take that camera. Okay. So here is Betty's roll. Checking the cards. Don't see anything. Here is the roll. She got a 6 and a 4. So now the squad will be firing back. Oh, I shouldn't say that. I mean, obviously that's what they're going to do, but
Yeah.
I should at least give the courtesy of asking, would you like to dodge with 1 dice
Nope.
or shoot back with 4 dice?
I'll shoot back.
Okay. All right. Sorry, I didn't mean to assume, but it seems pretty obvious. Here is the roll. 2 5s. How do you play that, Dave? This is interesting. The question is, what is he trying to accomplish here? They will not have cover, so they're going to automatically lose 2 models, and they will be removed from the table and will no longer get a chance to rally because the entire squad will be gone. If they took 2 hits here, they won't get a cover save, so they'll just lose 2 models. They'll become combat ineffective and be removed from the table. But that means you're going to have to risk taking 2 hits as well.
Right. Take them all.
Okay, so he delivers 2 hits to the squad. They will now lose 2 models. Let's see, wrong camera. This camera. They will lose 2 models. They are now down to 2 models. They do not have anything. They don't have loyal. Okay, so they will now lose the remaining 2 models. They are no longer a squad. All right, and they are removed. But Betty will also have to roll a health check. So she'll get to take 2 hits. And she passed it with 2 dice of a success. And they are still, she is not injured. Ooh, now what's going to happen in the alley? This is getting pretty tough here in the alley. Betty clears the squad out of there. Oh my gosh. Now what's Denton going to do? Lutz is still standing there, big and proud. He is not given an inch. You think you're going to make it to the bank robber?
Is Lutz a sidekick?
Yes, Lutz is a sidekick level. He is mainly a shooty character. He's got 2 die 6 in brawl. He's got 4 die 8 in shoot. He's got 2 die 6 in dodge.
Okay.
And he's also very actiony. He's got 3 die 8 in finesse and 3 die 8 in cunning. Not normally gonna hurt him with a burst.
Right.
If you try and shoot it out with him, he's got a good shot. You could try brawling him, but that means he will get that defensive fire.
Defensive fire.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Now, I'm not saying you've got to activate. You've activated 2 of your characters. You still have 2 left. You have the Pooch and Denton.
Okay. Let's rush Kato in to brawl him.
Okay. All right. So Kato goes in. Kato goes in with a roar. Now, I don't know that Kato likes what's about to happen. Something bad is coming to Kato. Lutz, there is a Pooch rushing at you.
Yeah.
Growling. So you could choose to brawl here. You could choose to dodge here, or you could use defensive fire and use your shooting skill. What do you want to do?
I'm going to go ahead and shoot.
Yep. Okay. So that will actually get you 5d8 for the short range.
Right.
Kato, you have 3 die 6 in brawl. Here we go. Here are the rolls. Camera 4. Here we go. Here is Kato is the active character. I'm going to roll for Kato first. Make sure I'm not forgetting anything. Okay, here we go. 2 6s. All right, Lutz is rolling 5d8. 5 successes. Ouch. 3
I was hoping for a Dave roll there.
And 2 4s. All right, well, David Lowe is the active character here. He could try to mitigate some of this damage, or he just goes for it. What's David Lowe going to say here?
Okay, I'm gonna say take them all, and I'm gonna play disarmed on him.
Oh, take them all. And now he is disarmed. And that is triggered off of the hits. That's not triggered by injuries. That's not triggered by successes. That is triggered off of hits. And you understand the difference there? What your dice roll is a success. If it is not blocked, then that success becomes a hit. Very clear on those distinctions in the rules. So you gotta make sure that that's how that card is supposed to be played. If he had blocked, if he had used his sixes to block, then he could not have used his disarmed because none of his dice were hits. So old Lutz is disarmed. That means Kato will have to roll a 5 dice health check. I bet he can make it. I mean, it's only a 5 dice health check. Every one of these dice has to be a 4 or better. Checking the cards. Don't see anything. Here's the roll. 1 failure. 1 failure is enough to put Kato down. So close, Kato. So close. All right. Now, Lutz also has to roll a 2 dice health check because Kato got some hits in. He does not necessarily have to roll that. Chris Girardi, before I reveal the dice, would you like to play your Stay Well or your I'm All Right? Or do you want me to reveal the dice?
Go ahead and roll it.
Oh my gosh, Chris, here we go. He's risking it. He says he can make it. Here is the roll on 2 die 8. Both are failures, and he is injured. All right.
And I think I'll play Stay Down on him.
Okay, he's playing Stay Down on you as well now to keep you injured, so he will not get a recovery check. And that actually prevents the use of I'm All Right as well. And the reason it prevents using I'm All Right is because I'm All Right says instead of rolling. So that is actually the cost of using the card. So instead of doing your roll, you play I'm All Right. Now, if you don't get to roll, then I'm All Right cannot be played. Gotcha. That is how that card is supposed to be played anyway. All right, so he's got Stay Down and Disarmed, and he's in a world of hurt now. David Lowe is the director. David Lowe, what are you going to do next?
D.A. Denton's going to rush guy there.
Yep. Okay. So now.
What's his name? I got to learn their names.
Lutz.
Okay. Lutz.
Yep. So D.A. Denton is activating. He's leaping over the crate and going in to fight Lutz. Now that puts Lutz at a significant disadvantage now. He's been in several
I'm going to
fights.
go ahead and say my warmed up so I don't lose dice.
Yeah. I guess first I would ask, what do you think you want to do? He was far enough away. No, I got to take that back. You won't be able to use defensive fire because he hit you with a disarmed, and that lasts for the remainder of the turn.
Yeah, that's true.
So you're not going to be able to shoot. So now you're down to choosing to brawl, which you've been in 2 fights already. Betty? No, it wasn't Betty. You've only been in 1
shoot.
fight.
I can't brawl either. All right. Okay, never mind.
I'll place a burst. Fight, okay. So you could brawl, but you would only get 1 dice.
Unless I played my warmed up.
Unless you played your warmed up. Or you could just try to dodge him.
No, I'm going to brawl him.
Okay. And you want to use your warmed up?
Yeah.
Okay. He's going to use his warmed up card. So he will be throwing 2 die 6 for the brawl.
Yeah.
There they are out there brawling. They both want to bring in this gangster, the leader of this gang. All right. So, Chris, you're going to be brawling with 2 die 6. Denton, a light heavyweight champion from his old days, is rolling 3 die 8.
Okay.
And I think
Die
that's
10.
it. What was that?
3 die 10, right?
Yeah, 3 die 10. Okay.
Right.
3 die 10. Here we go. So I'm just going to drop them all in the cup and throw them at the same time. Taking a look to see if I have any other cards. No. Okay. And the dice say Denton only gets 1 success with a 6. Lutz gets 2 successes with 2 5s. You got
I'll
your
discard the just reward and re-roll a die.
okay. He is a brute, and you don't.
Oh no,
actually have to
I don't even
discard
have
for
to
brute.
discard.
Yeah,
I don't even
it's
have
just
to
re-roll.
discard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're re-rolling one of those D10s, and we turn it into a 5. Okay, Denton, you've got a 6 and a 5 versus 2 5s. What do you do here? Are you going to try and deliver 2
take 'em all.
successes? You say take them all. All
Yep.
right. You are the active character. I'm going to roll your health check first. You've got 2 die 10. And they are both failures. Denton takes a bloodied nose. Pop! As Lutz, not known for his fisticuffs ability, gets a lucky hit in and catches Denton right on the nose. And then Lutz is going to have to roll a 2 dice health check on D6s, or you play your stay well, or your I'm all right.
I'll take the I'm all right. I'll play the I'm all right.
Okay. All right. I'm all right is played. You know what? I would actually recommend that you play the stay well. It has fewer uses.
Okay.
Because the I'm all right can be used for a health or recovery check. And the stay
Okay.
well can only be used for a health check, and you're going to get to draw a card. So
Okay.
okay. I know you don't have that card, so I wanted to make sure you knew what it did. So
Right.
he's going to play his stay well. He will automatically pass the recovery, the health check, and he is not injured, and he gets to draw a card. The card that I'm adding to your stack is called Steady Aim. Steady Aim.
Steady aim. Okay.
Now, this is going to get tricky here, because that is all of D.A. Denton's league, and all of them have activated now. Am I correct? Pretty sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They have all activated, and Task Force 2, none of their characters have activated. Okay. So that means, Chris Girardi, boys and girls, Chris Girardi became the director in that last fight because D.A. Denton was injured, and Lutz was not. And that's going to make Chris Girardi the director. That could be big if he can hold on to it until the end of the turn as we go into the next turn. What's going to happen here? Chris, you still have all of your characters. Now, as soon as Lutz activates, he's going to have to deal with D.A. Denton. So I don't know what you want to do there.
Yeah.
Who's going to activate?
I'm going to have Dorsey come up to the plot point.
Come up to the plot point. And you know what?
What level is Dorsey, Chris?
Dorsey is his leader.
He's the leader.
Okay, and all right, and the other guy in the alley, what's his level?
He's a sidekick. I've got
Sidekick.
I have a company of heroes, so I've got
Oh,
two
okay.
sidekicks.
All right.
So the guy in the gray suit is the leader, Captain Dorsey. The two individual models there are sidekick level, and his one gang is now gone. So, all right, Dorsey is within range to actually attempt that plot point. Are you going for it?
Yep.
Okay, so Denton is not in contact with it. And this is exactly where going to the far side of the plot point. You remember way back on turn number 2 or something, when Lutz had the option to go to the far side of the plot point instead of the near side. This is where going to the far side of the plot point has really paid off, because he has stopped Denton from being able to get close to the plot point. That means Dorsey could come up from behind and actually attempt the plot point, because Denton is not touching it. All right. Dorsey comes up to attempt the plot point. Here we go. Here is your peril. I better double check and make sure I don't see any. Is there any reason, Dave? I apologize for not asking you ahead of time. Are there any cards that you would like to play when Dorsey activates?
No.
Okay. All right. So now Dorsey has moved into contact with the plot point. And here is his peril. His peril is 2 with cunning or might. 2 with cunning or might. He's got 3 die 10 in cunning. I don't see any cards that are going to help you.
No.
Okay. Is that the roll? Are we doing 3 die 10
Yep.
with cunning? You can
Yep.
do that. That's pretty good odds, I think. So 3 die 10 with cunning. All you got to do is get 2 of these and all 3. So you are now past the peril. The peril is completed. We draw the plot point. So the guy does not, the dangerous part was done. Now it's 2 more successes with might or finesse. Can you convince this guy to go with you? And I think we're looking at finesse again with 3 die 10.
Yep.
Okay, here is the roll. You've got to get 2 of these. And you did it. 2 successes is enough to finish that bank robber off or convince him to go along with you. And the major plot point is now in the hands of Dorsey. Here is the last roll for plot points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6 is... What this card does is it gives you once per turn, you may discard to gain a +1 shoot or finesse, and that bonus lasts until the end of the turn. So that is picked up by Dorsey. Dorsey now has the major plot point in his possession. Now, boys and girls, that means he's got to hold on to it. You know, the chances of him holding on to it, is it pretty good? I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. Dorsey.
All right. For O'Malley, he's going to go after D.A. Denton.
Okay. O'Malley is going in. O'Malley is all about fisticuffs. And so he's going in with his stick. He's going to take the old boxer out with a stick. I'll show you how this works here. He says, "You've bitten off more than you can chew this time, dirty copper." Let's see. O'Malley is rolling 5d8. 5d8. Denton, can't use defensive fire. You could choose to dodge here, or you can try and brawl him back with 2 die 10.
Hey, Dave, I've got a real quick question just because I don't have the cards in front of me. O'Malley picked up that plot point. What are the perks? I just don't remember. I don't know if it has anything to do with it or not, but I thought I'd check.
No. Let me look. O'Malley got this one. That one could give him a bonus to dodge or cunning.
Okay.
O'Malley's
That's
card
fine.
is dodge or cunning.
Gotcha.
So probably not what you're using here. Denton, they are giving you the works here. What do you think, brother? What do you think?
I'll dodge.
I guess I should go back again and just make sure before we proceed here. When O'Malley activated, did you want to play any cards?
No.
Okay, so he is now going in. Um, you're going to dodge here, and he has a dodge of normally 3 die 10. He is injured, so he will be rolling 3 die 8. All right, let's see how this goes here, boys and girls. Here's the 5. It's looking for cards. Don't see any. Don't see any. Here's the roll. Here's the 5d8. The pummeling. An 8, a 7, a 5, and a
Jeez.
4. That's a pummeling. Here is the dodge. 2 5s and a 4. You will stop 2 of their successes. Note that the 8 and 7, he didn't roll anything high enough to stop the 8 and the 7, and that means you'll have to roll a 2 dice health check. 2 dice health check on d8s now because you are injured. Double 7s. The lucky roll, and he's turned his luck around. So no injury there. And Chris, I think that's all your characters. So everybody is activated, and we have some. No,
I think
no, that's not all of them.
I think I want to move back an inch.
You know what? That would be really nice, but you can't. Boys and girls out there, do you know why he cannot disengage?
Oh, I'm sorry. That's right. I didn't dodge them all.
That's right. That's right. If you want to disengage and move that 1 inch away, you've got to. You cannot take any hits, which he did, and because he had to roll a health check, that automatically means that he took hits. So if you cancel all their successes and you don't suffer any hits, then you can disengage and move an inch away. But we have one more character. Old Lutz has not activated yet.
Oh, that's right.
So when Lutz activates, he doesn't have any brawl dice left. And you can't shoot, so the only option he would have is to dodge.
When he activates, I'm going to play an unseen peril on him.
Oh, well. When he activates, you want to play your unseen peril. Here is the peril. He's the injured one. He's trying to get him while he's injured and finish him off. 1 with cunning or might. Well, he's got 3 die 8 in cunning. He's the thinking one. He will be down to D6s because of his injury, but he's only got to get 1 of these. He's only got to get 1 of these to be a success. Taking a look. I don't think there's any reason, Chris, that you'd want to play your bad feeling here, is it? No, I mean, yeah.
No.
You don't want to change that card. It's not a card that's going to give you a better chance at it.
Right.
So here is your cunning roll. You need 1 success. And there it is, the 1 success that you needed. And he was not injured. All right, so now the fight starts. So he's going to have to choose to dodge. D.A. Denton, you have been in 2 fights. So you could swing back at him with 1 dice, 1d8, or you could dodge. Now, this is where if both people dodge, then that's where a disengage move is actually, going to be possible. But the tough situation here is, do you actually want to be disengaged at the end of this turn without being the director?
Right.
So what do you think you want to do when O'Malley activates?
I think I'm going to take a swing at him.
Take that swing. All right. So Denton's going to go ahead and take that swing. He's not choosing to dodge here because O'Malley's going to have to choose to dodge. I'm sorry. Lutz has to choose to dodge. So the only one swinging is Denton, and Denton is rolling a D8. Denton's rolling a D8. He's been in 2 fights, and he is injured. That's why he's down to D8. and he got a 7. And you know what? D6s cannot block a 7, no matter how big the number is. And that means O'Malley's going to have to roll a 1 dice health check and possibly go down here. Or, before I roll this, because if this is a failure, Denton is going to become the director.
Right.
I can roll this 1 dice, or you can use your I'm all right.
I'll do the I'm all right. I mean,
The I'm all right is used. So I'm all right is gone. There's the I'm all right. I don't remember. Did you use your steady aim, Chris?
no.
Okay. All right. Just trying to remember if that got used already. That ends the turn, and it's time for some recovery checks. So somebody doesn't get a recovery check, and that is old Lutz there. Will not get a roll of recovery check. Boy, there's some important ones here. We're getting down to the nitty gritty. If they really need some of these to land right. Here we go. Taking a look here at cards. Okay. Don't see anything there. Okay, so here we go. This dice, I'm going to do double dice. These 2 dice will be for Denton and Lutz. Denton and Lutz. And I'm going to ask David Lowe, do you want the red dice or do you want the white dice?
Red.
Okay, here it is. Red is a 2. Denton remains injured. The white dice is a 5. It could not have been for Lutz because Lutz had a stay down on it. I apologize. So it would have had to have been for Kato instead. So I'm going to stand Kato up because those were the only 2 recovery checks.
And then I'll do Indomitable for.
Oh, Indomitable. He's got a reroll. Here he goes. Indomitable reroll for his recovery. Shakes it off. Just like in the old boxing rings. You thought he was down and he gets right back in. All right. So the only character that is injured at the end of this turn is Lutz. And that's because he had to stay down on him. Okay. Whew. So that prevented David Lowe from becoming the director. So as we start turn number 5, here, Chris Girardi is still the leader. Chris Girardi has 3 plot points. All of his characters are carrying plot points. Even Lutz, which is hanging on by a thread over there. If Lutz goes down, he's going to lose his plot point. It'll be really interesting to see what they do here. I'm going to go ahead and draw cards. Chris Girardi, here is your new card. You're adding a lucky break. When you pass a challenge, you get to draw 2 cards. David Lowe, you drew a out of ammo. Out of ammo. Interesting. All right. Here we go, boys. Ooh, I don't know. Right now, Chris Girardi is in the catbird seat here with 3 plot points, including the major. I don't know. Let's see what he does here. Chris Girardi, you are the director. Are you going to activate first? Are you going to make?
Yeah. Are Denton and Lutz in contact, or
Yes.
did either of us dodge away?
Nope. You are both in contact.
Okay.
And neither of you could have dodged. Lutz could not have dodged away because Denton hit him. So
okay.
he took a hit and had to roll a health check. The only one that is questionable, Dave, and I want to give you this option. I'm sorry, yeah, David Lowe. When Kato gets up, Kato would have the option of coming up into contact with Lutz, or would you like to be 1 inch away from Lutz?
Well,
That's a tough one. And the
that
reason I
is a
ask that, and I think you're a smart player. You understand this, right? With
yeah,
Kato being separated, that means Kato might have the option of either taking on Lutz or might have the option of trying to go after O'Malley. I'm sorry,
right,
not O'Malley, Dorsey. I don't know. I don't know what your goal is with the pooch here.
right. You know what? Let's move back and in.
Okay. So at the start of this turn, the pooch is backed up 1 inch. All right. So, Chris, you are the director. O'Malley and Lutz are both in contact with Denton. If he's forced to activate, he'll have to split his dice.
Right.
What do you want to activate first here, or do you want?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna have Dorsey brawl with the dog.
Okay. Brawl. So he's activating Dorsey, and Dorsey is going to rush the dog. So just so we're clear here, his nearest target is actually Denton.
Oh,
But
okay.
because Denton is
I've
engaged,
engaged them.
because Denton is engaged, you can ignore Denton and go after the pooch. So
Okay. Let's do that.
I guess I should ask David Lowe if you wanted to play any cards when Dorsey activated.
No,
Okay. No, I
I
didn't
don't have
think
anything.
so. So here we go. Here we go. Dorsey's rolling a big 3 die 10 in Brawl. 3 die 10 of Brawl.
I think I'll dodge.
Okay. 3 die 6 to dodge. 3 die 6 of dodge. All right. Here is the roll from Dorsey. Get rid of this pooch. Gets a 9 and a 10. And you won't be dodging that. So Kato will
Okay.
immediately proceed to a roll. Health check roll. Passes it. Now you will not be able to disengage because you suffered hits.
Right.
Continuing on.
All right.
Mr. Girardi, you are still the boss. Are you
O'Malley is gonna brawl the Denton.
Okay. O'Malley activates. Denton, I don't think you have any cards to play, so we'll go straight to the brawl. O'Malley activates, and he's got 5d8 of brawling coming at Denton. Denton, are you going to brawl him with 3 die 10 or dodge with 2 die or 3 die 10? What do you want to do?
I
Dodge or
will.
brawl?
Let me go ahead and brawl him with 3 die 10.
All right, 3 die 10 it is. Here is the attack. The active character is rolling. The active character gets 2 4s, a 5, and a 6. That's some slugging. That is some slugging from the stick wielder. Here is the swinging from Denton. A 9, a 10, and a 6. All right, Chris, how do you play that?
He just takes 1.
So you can stop. You can stop the 6 with your
Okay,
6.
gotcha.
Yeah, but then O'Malley takes 2 and Denton takes 3. Do you want to go that route?
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
that's fine.
All right. So you stopped 1. O'Malley will have to roll a 2 dice health check, and Denton will have to roll a 3 dice. Here we go. Here is for O'Malley, the active character. He is injurified. So he is injured as well. One step away from dropping his plot point. Both of his sidekicks are now very close to dropping their plot points. Here is Denton. And he passes it, boys and girls. Denton rolls 3 successes. He is not injured. That means he becomes the director as well. Well, well. He's been in a fight. Denton has been in a fight. Denton activates in that swirl. He's going to have to divide his dice. He's going to be in trouble, I think. Let's just see what happens. David Lowe, you are now the director. You have 3 characters that have not activated. 4. You have 4 characters that have not activated.
All right. Let's activate Betty.
Betty, what is she going to do?
She's going to go to the plot point over there and try it.
Oh, well. There's still a plot point on the table, boys and girls. There is still a plot point on the table. Conveniently through the invisible wall, Betty, instead of helping Denton, she's out here. Well, I tell you what, she just wants to follow the story. She figures Denton will be fine on his own. She'll go collect some news. All right. Double checking cards. Don't see anything on Chris's side or Dave's side, so I'm going to move on. Here is the peril. 1 with cunning. That's too bad because that's not her sweet spot.
Hey, I'm going to go ahead and play the bad feeling.
Yeah, that's exactly when you play it. You say bad feeling to that cunning. Surely we can get a little bit harder challenge. He says no to the bad feeling, to that little wimpy challenge. Let's get something a little tougher out there. And it turns into a 3 with shoot, cunning, or might. Oh my goodness, that was a good placement of bad feeling. All right. So you still have 3 die 8. You have 3 die 8 in cunning.
Yep.
I guess that's it, Dave. Do you have anything
I
else
think
that I don't know about?
I think that's it.
All right, here's the roll. Here's the roll. The peril. 3 failures. And she will now take her 3 dice hit.
Yeah, you're Dave.
And that you make. See that there? See, that's an average roll. You rolled 3 failures, you rolled 3 successes. See, it's average. It's average. Come on. Just you would have liked that roll to be 1 roll earlier. All right. So the bank robber is not willing to give up. He's continuing to fight, but she is not injured. Are you gonna try Dottie now? What are you gonna do?
Oh, what am I gonna do with Dottie? Let me see here.
She's a thinking gal. She's got good cunning.
Dottie is going to let's see. I can't see what's going on here. I think she's going to run over
take a quick run up to Sonic and get me something to drink. I want to remind you guys, boys and girls out there, that the secret word for today is Denton. The secret word for today is Denton.
Is Lutz still injured?
Yep, both of his sidekicks are injured. O'Malley and Lutz are both injured.
Okay. And Lutz is the one that does not he's not the brawly guy, right?
Correct.
Okay. Well, I think Dot is going to run over there and rush Lutz.
Well, let's just see about that. Lutz, huh? You want to rush my Lutz? That's not a good spot. I guess I'm going to have to say that O'Malley is the nearer target.
O'Malley is.
Yeah. Based on where, I know you can't see all this, but based where Dottie is located. Lutz is her her nearer target.
Oh, okay. Well, then if that's the case,
But Lutz
wait,
is also
hold on.
injured. If you could land a hit on
Hold on.
Lutz.
So I'm sorry, Lutz is the one
I
that's
apologize. O'Malley. O'Malley is her nearer target. The brawly
O'Malley.
guy is her nearer target. Yeah.
Really?
O'Malley
Okay.
is her
All right.
nearer target.
Well, then she's not going to rush him.
Okay.
So she'll attempt the plot point.
Okay. We'll go after the plot point. It's not a bad idea. Get some stuff. All right. So here is her peril. 2 with finesse or cunning. Well, she's got 3 dice in cunning. So I think that's what she's going with. 3 dice in cunning. Oh, Dottie can't brawl anyway. Dottie has no dice in brawl. I mean, you could have rushed him. That doesn't stop you from rushing him. It just means you would have had to have used dodge. So here is the 2 of these have to be a success to get past the peril, and only one of them is, and she will take her 2 dice hit, and she is down.
No luck.
Poor Dottie. Okay. All you have left are Denton and the dog. Cado and Denton have not activated. Whew, boys and girls, this is pretty tight either way right now. With both of those sidekicks injured. Let's see what happens.
Well,
here.
I guess Cado will activate.
Cado activates in base-to-base contact with Dorsey. What's Cado going to do here? Cado is the active character, so you actually have the active character has to choose first. Do you want to brawl or are you going to dodge?
And what's Dorsey's brawl again?
Dorsey will be brawling with 2 die 10 because he's been in 1 fight already. 10? Yep.
Okay. And let's go ahead and brawl.
Okay. So
you'll be brawling Dave?
With 2.
Yeah.
Dave, well, both Daves. Lutz has bodyguard. He's going to switch places with Dorsey.
Oh my goodness. Lutz has the bodyguard ability. Once per turn, when your leader is attacked and you are within 3 inches, you may immediately swap locations with the leader and resolve the attack against you instead of the leader. So Lutz is the smart one of the bunch, in theory at least, and he's going to push Dorsey out of the way. He disengages from Denton and he moves into contact with the Pooch. Now
I figure he's got a better chance with the dog than Denton.
Okay, very interesting. Look at that, boys and girls. That's an interesting development. He just castled there. Look at that. That's very
well, they switch places. Dave, don't they?
What did you say?
I said they switch places.
Yes, and
yeah, they swap
locations.
locations.
Leaps in there.
Yeah,
the bodyguard leaps in there to defend him. All right, that's pretty cool.
But Dorsey's
in contact with Denton.
Right.
No. They're not. He's not in contact with Denton.
It says swap locations.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Okay. He goes back into this spot here. That means he's in contact with Denton. Yep. You're exactly right. I'm glad somebody knows how to play this game. There he is in contact. Oh, he's got his chip on his hat. We need to paint that. These models get an awful lot of playtime, boys and girls, so they have to get a little bit of touch up, a little bit of love once in a while. Let's see. What are we going to do next here?
Right.
I guess we resolved that fight. The fight started, so it's going now. So
and I'm going to go ahead and dodge.
Okay, so the Pooch has 2 die 6 to attack, and Lutz, who jumped in there is injured, and he will
He's
have
2d6 on dodge.
He has 2d6 on dodge. Oh my gosh. If he gets injured here and goes down, he's going to drop that plot point. Let's see if Kato can score some bites here. Kato is leaping in there to bite. Rawr. Switch cameras. Here's the bite. A 4 and a 5. Oh, that can be dodged. That can be dodged. Let's see it. Checking my cards. I don't see anything. Here is the reveal. A 1 and a 2. He takes 2 hits. He's going to have to roll a 2 dice health check on D6s. He's got to pass this. If he fails it, he goes down and he drops the plot point. Boys and girls, if I haven't asked you today, please take a moment right now and get subscribed to our little channel. That is a big help to us. Also, right now, while we're talking about it, take a moment and make sure you have clicked the like button for us and hit the bell so you get a notification when we upload a new video. What is going to happen to Lutz? Here it is, the reveal. Lutz is down. Lutz goes down, and that means the plot point is coughed up. And Denton's already the director, so he will remain the director. So, Lutz, his plot point, and the reward are dropped. Oh my gosh, somebody sounds upset about something. So I'm going to put that plot point right there. And I'm going to set this reward card up here to show that it's okay. Jojo, you're okay. It's all right, buddy. Relax. I better go next door and just check on Bessie. She had to stay home today because she was sick. I'm going to go check on things next door and make sure everything's all right. And then I'll be right back.
All right, I'm going to take a break too.
David, Chris, share some of your Pulp Alley stories with the boys and girls until I get back.
Okay, Chris, I'm back. Who do we have left to go?
I think it's just Denton.
Denton's the last one?
I think he's the only one left, yeah.
Okay.
Well, actually, I've got Dorsey and I think I've got Dorsey and O'Malley. I'm not sure.
I think O'Malley already went because he charged.
Okay.
He charged.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So yeah, I still have no. I think it's just Denton actually, because I think Dorsey's the one that went after the dog, and then I think.
Hey everybody.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
I think.
I'm pretty sure just Denton's left.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Is that right, Dave?
This is almost the end of turn number 5. Kato
Just dent
activated.
this left.
Yeah. I would agree. I
Right.
think that's where we're at. Okay, Denton, when Denton activates, he's going to now have to split his dice against 2 targets. The first thing I need to know, Denton, is which skill do you want to use?
Okay. How
Interesting. Very interesting here.
many dice would I have left in Brawl?
You'd have 2 dice.
Two dice?
Mm-hmm. You'd have 2 dice in Brawl or 3
And
dice in Dodge.
And both of his characters have been in fights.
Have they?
Yes.
I believe so.
Yes. Both of them have been in one fight. You have been in one fight. Yep.
Right.
Well,
So Dorsey would have how many in Brawl?
he'd only have 12
2.
dice or 2.
12.
He'd only. Dorsey would have 2 dice. He's been in a fight, so he would have 2 die 10.
And Lutz would have
O'Malley.
O'Malley would
He'd have
have
48.
4 die 6.
Oh
4
yeah,
dice.
yeah, he's injured. That's right.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. Really appreciate y'all being on here with us today. Yeah,
Well,
this is a crazy fun game. This is a ball. And for
all right,
those of you that have not guessed what this scenario is, this is smash and grab. This is the very first scenario out of the basic book. This is the most basic of all scenarios. Smash and grab. Scenario number 1 out of the basic book. And you can play the scenario over and over again and have tons of fun. Hey, everybody, look who's come to say hi. Come on over here, Dave. Say hi to folks. Look, it's my neighbor.
Hello, Chris. Hello, Dave.
Yeah.
Hey, Dave.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Lowe, you have a really important decision here. Are you going to
I do.
brawl or are you
I
going to
don't think
dodge?
I don't think it's gonna make too much. Well, all right, I'm gonna brawl.
Okay. All right. He has said the word. The word has been said. So you're choosing to brawl. That means you're going to have 2 die 10, and you're going to have to split those up, and you'll have
Right.
1 dice on each target. Now,
Right.
for Mr. Girardi. Chris. No, not Chris. David, tell me which character you want to resolve first.
We'll start with O'Malley.
Okay. Starting with O'Malley. O'Malley, are you going to choose to brawl back with 4 die 6, or do you want to dodge with 3
I'm gonna
die
brawl.
6? Okay.
I'll brawl.
So it's 1 die 10 versus he's going for that hit is what he's doing here. He wants to score another hit. If he can do it, he can make O'Malley drop that plot point. That's just dirty play, I tell you. I've never seen anybody as dirty as they come. Oh, here we go. Here's his attack, and he scores a 10. Well, there you go. Here is O'Malley throwing it back at him, and he scores a 4. Okay, Dave, how do you play it?
Take them all.
He says take them all. They're both going to roll a 1 dice health check. I could drop both those dice in the cup and just roll them again. Here we go. O'Malley's injured. O'Malley rolls a 5 and he passes his health check. Denton rolls a 1 and is injured. Denton takes another pow to the schnoz.
I want well, never mind. Go ahead. Well, I was thinking of playing the stumble on him. But then I won't get a swing at him from Dorsey if I do that.
Yeah, depending on where he moved to, Dorsey might not get to attack him. You want to just hold on to this to the stumble?
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
hold up. Hopefully, I'll hit
Okay.
him again.
All right. Yep. Yep. So Denton is now injured, and we're going into the second fight. By the way, boys and girls, Denton just lost control of the initiative, and uh, Chris became the director there. O'Malley
You know
is.
what, Dave,
Uh huh.
Dave.
Uh huh.
I'm gonna play the stumble on him, and then I'm gonna move Dorsey to try to pick up the plot point that Let's dropped.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay. So I think it all comes down to the distance and direction because the stumble is
Okay.
a
Well,
random move.
theoretically, that's what I want to do.
Yeah, yeah. And that's you see what he did there when he realized that he became the director, that's going to put him possibly in a free spot to go after that other plot point. So, interesting move there. So, he does play the stumble and that means Denton is going to move X. And whenever it says X, boys and girls, you look at the bottom number on the card, and that's the distance 2 inches in a random direction. I'm going to roll the random direction, and it is back towards Betty. He moves back towards Betty 2 inches, and he is knocked on his caboose all the way back here. Look at that, boys and girls. Look at that. That ends the turn. That ends the turn,
Well,
except
yeah,
for
yeah,
recovery checks.
yeah.
Now it's time for
Okay.
recovery checks.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
now I'm gonna roll for the two sidekicks first. I'm gonna roll for those two sidekicks. I got Lutz and I got O'Malley. And here's the roll. Mr. Chris, do you want the red dice is for Lutz or for O'Malley?
Uh, for red for O'Malley.
Red is for O'Malley, and red is the passing dice with a 5. So O'Malley was the one over here, and he shakes off his injury. O'Malley is no longer injured. Lutz, who was down by the dog, is removed from play, and Lutz is gone. Lutz is gone. Kato is in contact with that plot point over there, boys and girls. And we're starting the last turn of the scenario. Woo, it's coming down to the plot points here, boys and girls. Last turn of the scenario. Here we go.
Denton and Dot need to make recovery rolls.
Oh, okay. Let's do that too. I guess. I mean, if that's how you want to play. Here's a red dice and a white dice. Which one is for Denton? Red dice and white dice.
Red one for Denton.
Red one for Denton. Neither are a success. Dot is removed from play. She's gone. Boy, this has been a rough game, boys and girls. This has been a rough one. And I'm not saying that as if I'm enjoying it, but I am.
Re-roll Denton.
Oh, Denton gets a reroll. Here's his reroll. And it stays a 1, so he will remain injured. We are now starting the last turn of the game. Unless I forgot any other recovery checks or any other last end of turn stuff. Okay, so here we go. Last turn of the game. Oh, it's tough. Chris is now the director. Here is his card. Chris, you drew an unseen peril. Unseen peril. That's good. Denton, you drew a just reward. That gives you the set. That gives you 2 cards of the same there. All right. Chris is starting the last turn of the game as the director. Now, this is a tricky spot to be in. Kato is on that plot point. If you want to get that other plot point, somebody's going to have to go over there and get the dog away from it. So maybe it's, I don't know. What do you think you want to do here?
O'Malley's going to go after the dog.
Okay. And nearer target. Yes, he's about the same distance from both of them. So O'Malley leaps over there. All right, Kato, you have 5d8 coming at you. 5d8. What are you going to do? Are you fighting back, or are you brawling, or are you dodging? 3 dice
I'm gonna
6 to
dodge.
fight. You're going to dodge. Okay. So he wants to try to mitigate that damage here. He realizes that inflicting a hit isn't going to really help his cause here. Without causing one injury to O'Malley, if O'Malley was still injured, it would be different. But with only one injury against him, that's not going to help. Right now, he wants to try and mitigate that damage. He wants to try and keep the dog in play, and that will keep that plot point tied up. If the dog can survive this fight, then he keeps that plot point tied up. Here is the roll, 5d8. Can Kato survive? A 5 and an 8. So 2 hits. 2 successes, I should say. 2 successes. There's no way Kato can dodge that 8, but can Kato dodge the 5? Here we go. And he does. Kato dodges the 5, but now Kato's going to have to roll a 1 dice health check. No way he could stop that 8. Here is the health check. Kato remains on his feet. Kato remains on his feet. All right, Chris, what do you do now?
Well, Dorsey's
Yeah.
just going to go in against the dog, I guess.
Okay.
Really
All right. Go brawl the dog.
Well,
Okay. Going in to fight the dog. He's got 3 die 10 against the dog. I assume you're brawling. Yes.
yeah.
Okay. 3 die
I
10.
can't
Kato,
shoot.
are you dodging again?
Yes.
Or do you want to brawl this time? Okay. So 3 die 10.
I'm gonna dodge again.
Okay. 3 die 10. 9, 6, and a 7. And 3 dice 6 for the dodge. Where you stopped the 1, you're going to have to roll a 2 dice health check. And you are down. Blip. Kato is down.
Little too late.
Yep.
Darn it.
All right. Well, Denton, I guess really the only move you have is to go back and get this plot point.
Yeah.
mean,
That's the only
guess.
move I have is to go back and get the plot point.
So do you want to move Denton or do you want to do Betty first?
Let's move Denton.
Okay, so Denton will move back and attempt the plot point. I can't actually see anything over there, so I'm just going to put him right there, and that's good enough. So here is his peril. 1 with cunning. 1 with cunning. Well, he's got 3 die 10 in cunning, but he is injured, so that's going to take him down to 3 die 8. And here is the roll. That bank robber is not willing to give up yet. Okay, you got the 1 you needed. So now we're going to draw has the plot point been revealed for that? I don't see anything over there. I'm going to go ahead and draw the card.
No, I don't think.
Like
it seemed like it had.
No, I don't think they ever got past the perils.
Okay.
I don't remember. Anyway,
I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and draw 1. 1 with cunning or again. So 3 die 8. And you got it. With the 1 success that you needed. And that is the last reward card. And boys
that's the
and
one I
girls,
wanted.
that's the experience card. Look at that. Woo! Now, he got skunked in this game. He got a trouncing, but Denton ended the scenario with the experience card. And that's always a win. No matter how you score it, ending with the experience card is always a win. Okay, boys and girls, that will end the scenario. I don't think Betty really has anything to do.
No,
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think there's
I don't
anything
think
else
she can
to.
get over there and do anything.
Yeah, yeah. So that is going to end the scenario there. All right, let's see if we can kind of keep track of
Good
what.
game, Chris.
Yeah,
You too,
awesome
David. That
game
was great.
to both of you, Dave and Chris. Thanks so much for coming on here and playing.
Took
So
it
this,
right down to the wire.
Yeah.
yeah. So Dave, I think you're playing next week, and there are a couple of things that we need to take care of here at the end of this scenario. So make sure that you write down on your rosters where you're keeping track of your rewards and everything.
I had an
I'll just-
experience and a backup, right, Dave?
You got an experience and a backup. Yes.
Okay.
And then we're going to need to make some rolls also. So officially, Task Force 2 came out on top on this scenario, boys and girls, because if you count up the victory points, so we have League of Justice and we have Task Force 2. So Dave, you ended up with a don't jump out of this video just yet, boys and girls, because there's some cool stuff coming. XP and +1 backup. And you gained a total of +2 reputation, which also converts directly to influence in this campaign. So +2 reputation and +2 influence. So Chris Girardi is going to get a new location. He's going to, the winner of this scenario will also get a new location. And we'll,
how's he the winner? Did they both get two? Wasn't the major dropped?
no, the major wasn't dropped. The major plot point was under the control of Dorsey.
Oh,
So Chris Girardi, you ended up with +1 contact, +1 gear, and four reputation, which is almost enough to move to the second level, and 4 influence, which are, if you're starting brand new leagues, those 2 will go up at the same time as you go through this. As the winner of the scenario, you will also get a new location. Dave, you want to roll for it? It's a D12. I don't have one over here. There's a blue one's up there. So
What's that?
Chris, we're going to roll for your new location. And then Dave, I'm going to need to roll something for you as well. Go ahead and roll, Dave. He got a 2. A 2 is a shop. You're going to add a shop to
Okay.
your supporters, your places that you can visit to get extra help before the scenarios.
Okay.
So that's what you got out of that, was a shop. Dave, you're playing next week, and you will be playing against Nay. Next week is David Lowe and Nay, and that's going to pit Red Queen and D.A. Denton against each other. Now, that's an interesting matchup. And for those of you that aren't aware of the backstory there, they were childhood sweethearts long, long ago before Denton went off and joined the Marines. So that's an interesting matchup always when those two have to face each other in a game. So what we do next is we roll a D12. Now, normally Dave would roll this because he is the player that has less influence between Nay and Dave. So go ahead and roll a D12. A 3 means that you may either choose to play the smash and grab scenario again, or you may choose to play the lost keys scenario. So you don't have to decide right now. Send me I suspect you'll do lost keys, but you don't have to decide right now for any reason. And we'll continue on. Just send me a text message or something, Facebook message, and let me know which one you decide.
Okay.
Unless you already know.
I think we're going to go with lost keys.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So we'll do the lost keys. We'll do the next scenario. And again, that is scenario number 2 out of the basic core rulebook. These scenarios fit so many different settings. That's the way they're designed, so that you can just use those over and over again and reskin them and put them in different locations. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And I wanted to make sure you guys understood that that's a way to use the basic scenarios out of the core rulebook as well. I think that's it. Dave, do you have anything to share with the boys and girls today?
No, interesting game.
That was a fun game. That was a slugfest. I really enjoyed that. That was a lot of give and take. I think David Lowe was kind of on the back foot through it a lot. He had a little bit more of an uphill challenge. Chris, I think, had a few, by about turn 3, I think Chris may have had a little bit of an advantage, but it was always a tough fight all the way to the end there. And once it was all said and done, Dave ended up with gaining 2 victory points. Chris ended up with 4. Chris was the winner there and gained another location. All right, that's it for today. I hope you guys stick around and watch this campaign as it develops. See how the players use their resources. See how they, use their locations and send people to their locations and stuff like that. Going to be a lot of fun as this continues. So thank you so much for watching today. A live game every Sunday. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time. Play us out of here, Bessie. Dave.